Good afternoon. Hello. Let's see. Michelle was able to join us online live. Thank you, Michelle. And I know others work or picking up kids at this hour, so please just know you can watch your recorded version and still do your summary and everything and still keep up on that. But let's talk about what's going to be happening in CAD Fashion Design class this week. As always, you do have your summary lecture by Tuesday night. Please make sure that you take part in the forum discussion. Your post, according to the discussion topic, needs to be done on Friday, and you still need to come in and respond to a peer's post. And I give you up until Saturday to complete that. That way you have, people have a chance to get posted up. I will get a topic in there. I'm looking some up, and hopefully by tomorrow afternoon I'll have a new topic. And also remember, you can use your forum discussion panel boards if you get in the habit of checking it daily. That way, if other students, especially with trying to learn this new program, if you've got a question about something, you could post there. Maybe one of the other students may have already found something out about it or dealt with it, and they can give you feedback. So let's go on to our next slide here. You guys know what those are. All right, the things we are learning in this class. Last week we focused on Adobe Illustrator. This week we have a few more topics to cover in Illustrator before we move on to Photoshop. And I also want to bring up the Wix portfolio building website. That actually is covered in depth in week 3, but I want you to start planning for it this week. So I'll describe some more about that here in a minute. All right, our 4 major topics this week will be a fashion pose in Adobe Illustrator. We're going to bring in some artwork, and this way you can trace the artwork, creating a posed figure, and then creating your garments on it. Your garment in the posed figure is going to be an illustration of one of or a combination of your technical line drawings. So you are creating this to support your designs that you did for the technical line drawings. Your introduction to Adobe Photoshop, selection tools in Photoshop, how you make the selections in that, and then some tricks and tips on how to use all the adjustments and filters. Well, I'm sorry, not all of them. The program has so many. We'll cover quite a few of them, though, big handfuls. So once you've made selections, you can make changes to them. You can make them really funky colors. You can do all kinds of weird exposures and hue changes and really wild stuff. And we're going to have a fun little exercise to play around with that. Now, I do want to make mention, though, going back to week 1, those technical line drawings, the inspiration assignment is actually down in that unit section because your inspiration drawings were supposed to be your technical line drawings. I wanted you to sketch them out in hand first. That will help you then think about how you're going to do it in Illustrator. Unfortunately, nobody's turned in any of them, and well, I take that back. One person has, but they didn't read the instructions, and they didn't give me what I asked for. So it's better to get some points on that, it being late, rather than a big 0 on that assignment. So you should go back and take a look at that. Now, moving forward into what our assignments this week are. This list is not super huge. We have a lecture summary and the discussion forums and the quiz. You're used to all of that. Our inspiration-related assignment this week is actually going to be gathering some images on Pinterest. I'm going to talk about that some more in a minute, too. Your fashion pose in Illustrator, you're going to do an exercise for it, or you can begin working on yours, but I want you to understand this won't be your finished version. Okay? I want you to turn it in, allow me a chance to give you some feedback on your work, and then in week 3, you will have a finished portfolio, needed, ready, fashion pose, garment on a fashion pose in Illustrator as your portfolio piece in week 3. We have an assignment with identifying your selection and drawing tools in Photoshop. Just like in week 1, you will be given a little icon picture, and you need to identify which tool that is and what it's capable of doing. And then our fun start-off exercise in Photoshop will be doing a self-portrait where you take an image of yourself, you repeat it 4 times, and each one of those you're going to do some changes to so that you play around with the different adjustments and filters in Photoshop. It's kind of exploring that, and the more changes and fun things I see you do, the more impressed I'll be, and the above average rating you will get on your assignment. If you just do the simplest of just 4 little changes, that's pretty average. So think about that. Have some fun with your self-portrait. All right. Remember, your tutorials on My Course Connection are going to be highlighted with that green little book. Inside those, just because I've been trying to put together different videos, the page will get just cluttered with videos, and this helps you kind of keep it organized in each of the topics that it has to go with. Plus, I'm trying to provide you with supporting information with each of the tools and different things I'm trying to show you in that, because it is a huge program, and I just can't type it all on the front page. All right. This is the same slide we saw last week, and I just want you to have a heads up about what items are considered your final portfolio pieces. And I want all of this to be cohesive, meaning that the line sheet that's going to have your 6 technical line drawings are going to be garments that go together in a collection. You'll have a couple tops and bottoms, and they can mix and match. If you recall, production class, apparel production class, very similar to the line sheets you did in that and the little collection you built. Now you're doing pretty much the same thing. We're just doing it with the computer. In week 3, I will show you how to drop those pictures into a tech pack form. It will either be the design sheet or the spec sheet. You will be copying and pasting your line drawings into that form. You will only have to do the one form for 4 different line drawings rather than the pack, which had about 11 different forms. Okay? The fashion pose with a garment on the posed figure drawn in Illustrator needs to be one of your technical line drawings, or 2 if it's a top and bottom. Now then, a textile design in Illustrator, and it's going to be a textile with colors that are going to coordinate with the mood board you built in Photoshop. So as I talk about your inspiration assignment this week, the mood board comes from that. And the mood board will be not only just a theme and the mood you present, but your color story will also come from that. And your textile design will use colors from your color story. And your textile design can be used in your fashion pose in Illustrator. And then we'll also learn how to draw in Photoshop, putting a garment on a fashion posed figure again. And once again, this needs to coordinate back to being one of the items you designed for your technical line drawing. That way, all together, everything is a cohesive design capsule or concept that then you can show off in your portfolio. All right, here are some examples of those items I just talked about. It's an example of a mood board with the color story. Can you see all the different little color swatches right down here? And then here's her technical line drawings done in Illustrator. She created some kind of background so that they kind of popped off the page and gave it a title and tried to continue that title the same through all of her different layouts. Over here are some examples of the tech pack form, and you will just be dropping in a picture of your line drawing done on the computer. See how much cleaner it looks than the hand-drawn ones. And this is one assignment, but 4 different pages to it, is all it is. And then over here, this is the textile design with the different color groups. This is just an example here. I will have a more specific one in the assignment on my Course Connection as an example for you to look at. And you'll notice here too, this is not matching the title in the other items, but for you, you would need it to be matching. And then these are the garments drawn on the Illustrator. This one's the Illustrator version. And you can see it is the dress from the line drawing done in Illustrator. And here she did the same dress. I was really hoping she would do one of the other garments in Photoshop. It looks similar, but you could tell in Photoshop you can actually add some more shading and things very easily. And those will be demonstrated too through your tutorials come week 3 when you're doing that actual version of it. So as you can see then, all the work that you output needs to go together and help support each other as the design collection or concept. The audio is delaying on Michelle's end. Michelle, you may just need to re-listen to the recorded version because of the delay. I'm really sorry about it. I don't know technical-wise what I can do from here. All right. The Pinterest Inspiration Assignment. In week 3, you will be shown how to compile the images in Photoshop to create your color story mood board. But in Pinterest, this week, I want you to begin gathering those images. They do kind of need to go back and support what you've already designed for your line drawings, but hopefully you've already got into that mindset of kind of designing that way. I just threw some images on here, colors, and this sort of layering kind of look was something that was coming together for me just for fun. But on my Course Connection, you can read through the assignment before you get started so that you know how many pictures you need. I do not want all of them to be clothing. Some of them need to be some other kind of imagery that lends itself to giving you the feeling for that. So like I said, you're gathering photos here. There is a minimum number. There is no maximum. You can put a lot more in your Pinterest board, or you can add some more to it as you begin to find out or figure out more what you want to do with that. And let's see, what else do we have here? Bringing up the Wix website. In week 3, as you get closer to completing all of your items, let's jump back here, all of these different items, I want you to be able to upload this on the Wix website that you build. And this is Wix.com, very easy to find, and they have some great tutorials on there on how to build the website. They have templates. You will just be using a template. But when this assignment comes around, I also have a little worksheet that you'll fill out that helps you pre-plan before you go in and have to start naming things and calling things this and stuff that will help you plan it. This week, I want you to go look at Wix.com, look at some of these portfolio things. And in fact, right up here is my portfolio link. You can go take a look at some of the things I've posted and check it out. All the websites, they work similarly, but you can make the looks of them look very different. So it's a lot of fun, and you can actually set it up with a PayPal account, and you could put pictures of things you make and want to sell, put price tags on them, and sell from it. You'll see some examples of websites like that as well. So with just building this as an exercise and an assignment in this class, in the future it may become your online store. And just think, you'll be halfway there. All right. Oh, Michelle just said she can hear me. It doesn't sound like me. I kind of have a half cold. Sorry about that. It's, yeah, I do sound a little weird. All right, please, I know this society or these programs have a lot to do. You can be struggling with them. Don't hesitate on calling me up, sending me something via email. You don't have to wait until it's all done as an assignment and go, I'm not even sure if I'm doing it right. Shoot me a file you're working on. If you got questions, I can type right into the Illustrator file and send it right back to you, and you can open it up and see my suggestions, delete them out of there, and keep going with your assignment if you'd like. I don't know if you can see the video, Michelle, but thanks. All right. You can reach me through via email. You can also call me up here at the office, and there's my cell phone number if you need to text me. If you are local here in the Tulsa area or nearby, you are more than welcome to come into the school and use the computer labs. We have an older version of Illustrator and Photoshop loaded on the computers up here, or if you want, bring your laptop, and if you've got questions, I would love to sit down and work with you a little bit if you're struggling. Michelle, you're a little too far away to just pop in on site, so please, if you got questions, go ahead and email me and stuff. Now, last week we had quite a few assignments, and I don't have everything turned in. I even gave you all some extension until Sunday. I won't count anything late if it was turned in on Sunday, just because I know there was a little delay in getting some of those videos up and posted for everything. And with this week being not many assignments due this week, but you can begin working on those portfolio items that will be due in week 3, like completing all 6 of your technical line drawings. You only needed to upload 1 of those technical line drawings up for that assignment in week 1. So, you know, I know a couple of you were delayed in getting started in this class, and that's because you were delayed in getting assignments done in the last class. It's a horrible habit to be getting into, and we've got to stop it. So you need to get the work in. This class, I will not be accepting anything past the last day of class. So if you don't have it in, you won't get credit for it at all. And that means for this point forward, you have 2 weeks for this class to be done. Please, please, please plan in your schedule that you allow yourself at minimum 20 hours this week to address this class. My students that work on ground that come into class, they are here that minimum time, and many of them still need more time to complete the assignments, and they have to stay after class to do their homework because they don't have the access that, I mean, they could sign up for Adobe Creative Cloud, but a lot of them don't. They come to school here because they don't have internet access at home. So there's your fair warning. You've got 2 weeks to get it all in. And week 3 is opened up on My Course Connection. I know lately the weeks have been opening as they come up. I tried to get most of the topics in place, and I'm trying to get all the assignments clearly stated so that you can go forward and look at those. That way you know what is coming up, and it'll help you plan your time. So like I said, block out at least 20 hours for yourself between now and Saturday night. And the other thing, if it helps you to keep track of what assignments are needed to be done and what you have done and what you haven't, look down the right-hand side of My Course Connection. You'll see the little checkmark boxes. They should have a green check mark in them if you have completed it. If it doesn't have a check mark, you haven't done it yet, and you probably need to get it done, especially if it says it's due by Saturday. All right, that's it. Michelle, do you have any questions for me before we sign off here? Give me a second to type it in. All right, she says she's good for now. I think I've heard from everybody at least that you've gotten your Illustrator downloaded and you're working in it. I do know one that's going to come see me on ground. But outside of that, if you've got anything, you need to let me know right away. Don't wait or delay too long so that we can start getting things addressed or get you going if you're kind of at a speed bump in the working in the programs or assignments. It's a great Monday. I hope yours is too. Y'all take care, and I will talk to you soon.